What's going on, everybody? SC bringing you another ladder cast. This time it's going to be Soulkey in the bottom right hand corner here, the purple Zerg. He is going up against RKT. Yes, he did run into him on ladder. This guy who played against Jadong in an earlier cast of mine. If you haven't seen that game, definitely go watch that first. Just pause this video, go watch that video first, and then you can come back because I'm about to spoil it for you. It was a fantastic back and forth. Went to a very, very long game on Nemesis, and in the end, RKT ended up pulling out some really gnarly strategies, going Corsair Reaver and eventually into Carrier for a pretty interesting, wild game against Jadong. Now we'll see if he pulls out anything crazy here against Soulkey. Soulkey, nothing out of the ordinary so far. He's grabbed his hatch. We'll be sending out a drone for that scout. And the gateway here in the front for RKT. He's just going to put on that early zealot pressure, dripping them across the map here, trying to deny a little bit of mining. See this sometimes from Protoss players, trying to slow down one of the mining patches. This is the most important patch right here. This is the mineral boosting patch. You can see whichever drone is mining from that location, he's going to be mining quite a bit faster. Look at the turnaround time on that. So just sitting here and blocking that mineral patch or mining off that mineral patch can slow things down. It's like trying to block this zealot a little bit. Hasn't lost anything here so far. The zealot does make its way here into the main. Gonna have to do some microing. Pretty good micro so far, really forcing this zealot to dance a lot. Oh, he does get one of the drones though, targeting down in all of that confusion the low HP drone. Nicely done by RKT, getting a single kill for a single zealot. Not bad at all. And we'll be just retreating here behind a forge with a nexus on the way. So pretty good start to this game, I would say, for RKT. And Soulkey gonna be in a slightly worse position. Has some lings out on the map though, and it looks like he's continuing to produce lings here. He's gonna put some pressure on while this cannon is coming. Only 3 zealots here in the natural. Can he actually get through this position? Maybe he could go for a run by here, get onto that cannon. RKT got to be very, very careful. There's the 4th zealot, but this is a lot of lings coming up to this wall here. He's gonna go after the gateway, threatening the run by, threatening the surround here. Should RKT try to get out of this position. 5 drones are being built behind this, so he's not planning to kill here. He just wants to get some serious damage, forcing a lot of probes off the line. He is gonna get this. Oh, it's so close. He does knock down the gateway. Nicely done there, but probably not worth the number of lings that actually had to be produced in order to make that happen. Now he doesn't have enough lings to actually defend these zealots, and we'll have to produce at least 4 more pairs in order to hold this off. That's a bit unfortunate for Soulkey, who's already struggling on workers. 15 to 26. RKT taking advantage after advantage here in this game. We'll see if he could even pick off this 3rd base. Probably not. I wouldn't expect this to go down. Soulkey does have a bunch more links coming up here, tucking himself into this corner. Gonna try to take the best trade possible, but this is pretty good surface area overall for these lings. Nice job with the probe. Should be targeting that probe down here. Oh, he's gonna get a drone? No, not quite. Drones are pulled away pretty quickly there by Soulkey. There's that probe running away. There's the speed finishing up. He's gonna catch this one zealot on the outside, caught between the mineral patches. Unfortunately, taking a one-on-one trade with each of these lings, or each of these zealots. Just 1 ling, 1 zealot. Not the best here for Soulkey. He's going to be struggling now to get rid of these two zealots. How much health do they have? Very, very little. Oh my god. So little HP on this. 6 kills, 4 kills, a total of 10 between the two of them. Pretty brutal stuff now with 21 drones to 35. RKT firmly in the lead here. Has his Stargate coming up. His Citadel as well is on the way. Meanwhile, the Spire is about a fourth of the way complete. So it is on time here. Should be able to defend himself and his overlords with the Scourge. Maybe only going to lose 1 to 2 overlords here in the early game. But really, we got to focus on this drone count here. You can see almost doubling the number of workers. RKT not missing a beat so far. Got +1 attack for the air weapons. He hasn't had an opportunity to scout across the map here for quite a long time. He's pushing out with some zealots now. Got to be a little bit afraid of a Hydralisk bust at this point. But RKT with just 2 cannons and a few zealots on the map is going to be fine. Looks like 1 zealot going to get caught out here. Oh, the surround was pretty good there for a second. Now he does get it fully and finishes that off. Here we go. Zealots pulling back. Lings reinforcing. Coming up here and trying to surround, but the Zealots will be forced away once again. This is the part where it gets a little bit scary. Not 100% sure here as Protoss if there is going to be a Ling or a Hydra bust or not. Now finally flying in with the Corsair. He's going to see everything. Mutalisk in production here. 5 mutas actually coming and +1 armor for air. It's going to be very useful here against these Corsairs. Kind of mitigates that damage when cleaning out the Scourge. If you've got the armor upgrade as well. They just don't do as well. They don't clean up the Scourge quite as quickly. Catching a few zealots here on the map. Gonna push them back. We just hear sharking around looking for some damage. But what can they find with 2 cannons in the main? Actually, I think this is a 3rd cannon going up here. So 3 cannons in the main base. Heavy defenses there for RKT. This area, though, could actually be harassed pretty effectively if Soulkey managed to make it over to that area. Now adding on even more hatcheries, going up to 6 hatch Hydra. This is an interesting Sim City here. It's like that 1 zealot finally gets tracked down and killed. That did manage to trade relatively efficiently, though, behind the wall there, behind the mineral patches. It's like picking off these eggs now, opening up some space to move out an Archon on the way, and the 3rd base starting up here. This is something that ladder Protoss does very often. Just go ahead and snag a 3rd base incredibly fast. If you're not completely on top of this, which Soulkey is, this base can end up just going down without you really even noticing, and then you end up in a kind of a bad situation. He is going to come over here and kill this probe, probably kill both these or this 1 cannon. I think there's a pylon here. Meanwhile, at the natural, coming forward with some Scourge. Nice connection there. Big amount of Scourge coming in to try and hit these Corsairs. Corsairs being pulled back nicely. Muta's splitting here and actually take that out very well. These 2 sunken colonies, I don't think I've ever seen a better placed sunken colony in my life. This Sim City is insane. Look at that. Wow, if you pull the larva here into the middle, there's actually no way for Zealots to get on top of this. Such an inefficient trade here for RKT. He's going to lose all of his Zealots. His whole army and all of his Corsairs had to run back home. So pretty much a fail here for RKT's first move out. Soulkey just able to hold on perfectly here. Can add on another sunken colony in that position if he moves these drones out of the way. Focusing right now on microing these mutas, though. Is going to get those back to work. It's like we've got +1 and Hydra speed, so we will be going into Hydra's here eventually, coming forward with the Corsairs. Does have to split off and pull or bring the Scourge up here. Is he actually going to go for the kill on this base? Looks like no. Pulling back across the map. We'll find these Zealots in the middle. Deal some damage to them. It's always nice. Pick off a few Zealots here and there. Ooh, got to be careful of the Archon though. Archon can absolutely light up that group of Hydra, or a group of Mutalisks, excuse me. Yeah, there you go. 3. This is so nice. This is so nice. I love this Sim City here. This is definitely a copyable Sim City if you're a Zerg player. Look at that. You even get decent saturation on this one mineral patch. It's not that bad. The movement here between the hatchery and that patch, sometimes like putting a sunken colony really close to the patches will really mess you up, but this is not doing too bad. Now flying into the main here, almost missed that. A lot of Mutalisks just taking over this main base, and the Scourge are going to have to try to connect here on these Corsairs. Muta's coming forward along with the Scourge. He's going to pull back here. Meanwhile, big attack coming in to the third base. Hydras are popping, and these sunken colonies are doing mad work. You got to focus on this Archon though. Right click all your Sunkens on that Archon. Archon goes down relatively quick to the Sunkens, but yeah, he's gonna focus it with the Hydralisk anyway, picking that off. It just does so much damage, and the Hydras popping out here eventually are gonna hold these Zealots. I think mainly due to that Sim City pushed away here. Most of the probes have to evacuate. Oh, going for another hit here. Oh, gets a couple of hits with his Scourge, but most of the Mutalisks are now gonna die, it looks like. Okay, at least he managed to break off a good chunk of them and send them home. But Hydralisk and Ling coming up here to the front now. Pretty good storm there. Although he did lose a very high value Templar to that small group of Ling Hydra. Now Ling Hydra coming over towards the third base. Can he actually get in here and break? Looks like some more Templar are going to come up. That's a beautiful storm right there. Not a great dodge from Soulkey, unfortunately. Going to be backing away now with the Hydras onto the high ground. They're all so badly damaged. He could go for this Templar, though. No, backs away. Templar snipe, always super, super good. You can pick off a couple of Templar here and there. It makes things so much easier for you in the longer late game. In the following fights. Hasn't rebuilt the Sim City right now. Just focusing on producing Hydras. Lurker upgrade on the way. We've got range here for Dragoons as well. 3 Dragoons on the way before range is even done. So switching over right away here. Some Templar with Storm moving forward. What do we have for upgrades? It's 0-0 to 1-1. So definitely a big upgrade advantage here. And the DT in the mix as well, doing a ton to support these Zealots fighting against the Hydras in the middle of the map. This DT doing so much. 2 kills already. Another DT there. Pushing forward. Looks like one of the Templars got picked off here in the middle of the map by a couple of Hydras. And I don't see any other Templar around this area. +1 is done. +1 armor, of course. Where are the rest of the Mutas? I think most of them got picked off. Looks like a DT managed to slip in here. Maybe get a couple of kills. That or a Zealot. Another Zealot going to come running in here. But too many Hydras on the field. RKT sitting here on 3 base. Feeling comfortable enough to take a 4th now. And Soulkey is starting to fall behind here. If a 4th base comes up for RKT... he's going to be kind of lapping the Zerg opponent in terms of the upgrades and the economic game as well. Oh, a DT gets in here. He has 3 kills. Highly unfortunate for Soulkey, who's struggling. I guess 42 workers, not too bad on 2 bases. Absolutely decent saturation for a Zerg player. 57 workers, though, on the side of RKT, and that 4th base coming up is going to replace the main base, which is about to run out. Lurkers here in the middle. Simultaneously, a counterattack coming into the third base. He's going to kill this no matter what it looks like. Lurkers here in low numbers could be easily picked off by RKT. He might want to unburrow these and run away, but he's focusing on killing all the probes at this location. We have an observer here. No observer as of yet, but he gets a decent storm that hits two different lurkers there. He storms his own Corsairs, just taking the shields off of them. Do we have a robotics? Oh my god, the robotics really late here for RKT. Luckily he has this base up, because if he didn't, he would be in a world of hurt right now. The base over here on this side is lost, but having this up makes all the difference in the world. Looks like some more lurkers coming up the right hand side. He knows that his opponent doesn't really have the observers at this moment, so can continue to push forward here. +1 armor is about to finish, so he doesn't want to take a trade in an anti-timing position. Here comes a bunch more lurkers pushing up here. Still no observers just yet. Observatory is about halfway done. Lurker's gonna get amazing trades here. If RKT tries to engage, he's gonna back away. This is opening up a path though over towards this third base, third/fourth base. If he can get over here and break through this area. Oh my god, that storm was way too good. This is a lot of Dragoons as well. Unfortunately for RKT, still no cannon finishing up here. Looks like this one should be in range. As soon as that finishes, he will detect and finish that one off. A few Hydras making their way around this army here, doing a good job trying to pick off some of these Templar, but a DT gonna foil the plans there. Do we have Overlord speed? Yes, we do have Overlord speed, so eventually gonna pick that off. More and more lurkers moving up here, and the fourth base has been taken. It is going to be behind this push here on the right hand side, the center right. Going to be the decision, the choice here from Soulkey. Coming up, spreading the lurkers very thin here. Oh, there's a Templar. Could have picked that off pretty easily if you dive forward at the correct time. There's the first observer finally popping. No, second observer, excuse me. First one's right over there. So now finally RKT could break this. He's got way more than enough Dragoons here to break 3 lurkers. So I think he'll go for it pretty soon. That storm, oh my god. Soulkey just walking straight in and under that storm. Ridiculous. Losing so many Hydras to that. But pushing forward, killing off some of these Dragoons. The lurkers are getting pretty good spines overall as well. Running forward once again, eats another big storm there. RKT just so on top of the storms and getting the maximum value out of them. I'm going to come forward, try to kill off this last lurker. Looks like +2 is nearly complete here for Soulkey, but 3 armor, 2 attack is done now for RKT. So his army looking very solid right now. Of course, this armor doesn't really help the Archons, but it definitely helps the Zealots. Of course, if you can get up to Hive and Plague, that really removes the value of that upgrade. But for now, he hasn't gone up to to Hive, and oh my god, that storm once again getting 3 lurkers this time. Oof. Ooh, wow. Another decent storm, though, but good backing away here from Soulkey. He's running out of lurkers to fall back to here as RKT continues to push forward. Another brilliant storm there on these Hydras, moving up to assist. Gonna dive forward once again. Another great storm here, hitting both these lurkers and a ton of Hydras. He's gonna push forward, and Soulkey being thrown back here and not able to defend this center right base either. He needs more lurkers, he needs more Hydras, but he's got no money here. His money is so low. Need money now. Oh my goodness. GG. Soulkey taps out after RKT busts through the contain. Very nicely done. I guess we didn't get to see any like wild tech paths here from RKT, but showing that he's absolutely capable of playing it out in a normal game with a normal strategy. Here you can see the units produced. RKT just absolutely nailing it here, producing so much. And really the upgrades were amazing as well. +3 armor. You rarely see +3 armor over +3 attack, but it worked out pretty well there. RKT takes them down. Soulkey. Can anybody beat RKT right now? I have to go and look for more games from this guy. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I have another cast for you tomorrow. I'll see you guys there.